To solve a quadratic equation using the quadratic formula, we always want to have the terms on the left side of the equation and 0 on the right side. So we need ax squared plus bx plus c to equal 0. So this is always what you want it to look like, and in our case it's already like that, so we don't have to do anything. So to begin with, we want to name our A, B, and C. So right now we know that A is equal to 2, B is equal to 9, and C, and you have to be careful with this because the formula is ax squared plus bx plus c. So they're all positive, but in our equation, right here, we have a negative number. So it's negative 5. So always remember to look at your signs because that can mess everything up. So now that we've identified A, B, and C, all we do now is plug it in to our formula. So our quadratic formula is x is equal to negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac, so that's 4 times a times c, all over 2a. Okay, so now we just take every value that we've found and plug it into our quadratic equation. So we will say x is equal to negative 9 plus or minus the square root of 9 squared minus 4 times 2 times negative 5 all over 2 times a, which is 2. So now we've just replaced a, b, and c in our quadratic equation. The next step will be to simplify every step of the way. So we start with our parentheses. So we'll say x is equal to negative 9 plus or minus the square root. So right here, before we start, we want to say negative 4 times 2 is negative 8. So negative 4 times 2 is negative 8. So then we have negative 8 times negative 5. So times a negative 5. So negative times a negative is a positive. And then we have 8 times 5, which is 40. So all of that will be plus 40. And then for the other part, we know that 9 squared, so 9 times 9 is equal to 81. So these are just notes that you would be making on your scrap sheet of paper or your step-by-step if that's what your professor or teacher asks for. So 9 times 9, 81. And then we have 40. And remember to always pay attention to your negative and positive signs. So we got rid of the negative by multiplying it by negative 4 by 2. So now we have a positive 40 all over again. 2 times 2 is equal to 4. So now the next step would be to add in under the parentheses. So 81 plus 40, 81 plus 40 is equal to 121. So now our next is -9 plus or minus the square root of 121 all over 4. So the square root of 121 is equal to 11. So now we have x is equal to -9 plus or minus this, 11 all over 4. Now this means the plus or minus. This is where we will find our two separate solutions for it. So to solve this, it's just saying we'll have -9 plus 11 divided by 4 and -9 minus 11 divided by 4. So let's write that out. X is equal to, so this is the first one, -9, and we'll say plus 11 divided by 4. And then over here we have x is equal to -9 minus 11 divided by 4. So -9 plus 11 is 2. Remember to use your number line if you're having trouble putting it at -9, and then since you're adding, you'd move it to the right 11 spots, and you would end on 2. So then we have 2 divided by 4, which simplifies to 1 over 2. So 1/2. And then let's solve the second part, -9 minus 11. So at this one, we would be -9 and subtract 11. And to subtract means you'd go left on the number line. So you would go 11 to the left, and that would put you at -20 divided by 4. And -20 divided by 4 is -5. So our solution set is -5 and 1/2. Now I'll show you the beginning part of another one that does not have every term to the left side and 0 to the right, just to give you an example of how to do that. So let's use the quadratic formula of 2x squared is equal to 4x plus 1. Now remember that you want it to look like ax squared plus bx plus c is equal to 0. So to do that, we need to get 4x and 1 to the left side of the equation. So 4x is positive. To do the opposite of that, we will subtract. So minus 4x minus 4x. So now we have 2x squared minus 4x is equal to 1. So now I need to get 1 to the other side. So minus 1 because it's positive. And then whatever you do to one side, you have to do to the other. So now we have 2x squared minus 4x minus 1 is equal to 0. Again, from there, we want to show the values for each A, B, and C. So using this form here, we will say ax squared plus bx plus c is equal to 0. So now we know that a equals 2, b equals, again, remember the sign, so -4, because the original equation should have positives in it. So anything with a negative, you want to add it in. So this is -1. So again, it'll be -1. So now you would take these values and plug it in to our quadratic equation of x is equal to -b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2 times a. And then you plug them all in, each value, and then you solve just like we did on the one before that.